Hello friends, a long time no see. It's been a couple weeks since my last video, but we are back from vacation and ready to kick off this week. So hi, my name is Janine. I am an artist and small business owner. I design lots of stationery like greeting cards, prints, stickers, some new bookmarks. So that's exactly what we're gonna get into. We're designing some new products for my small business, for my website, and then also for a restock with the consignment stores that I'm a part of here in Toronto. Yeah, I'm not gonna ramble on too much. I will catch you guys up on what I've been up to these past couple weeks. If you notice in my background, it's cleaner. It's not a disaster anymore. I actually filmed a video where we clean up my studio, which may not be up when this gets uploaded, but you'll see it soon, I promise. We're in the midst of editing it right now. Yeah, we're gonna design some new products, so let's just get right on into it. I don't know what to do with it. I have no space. It's weird, right? Just like two loose screws. Fixed it. First things first, we're going to take some of my sketches that were in this sketchbook and translate them onto this watercolor paper to blow them up a little bit. And I'm just gonna warm up with some sketches with oil pastel. Who knows, maybe some of those sketches will turn into a sticker or something. I haven't touched any oil pastels in a couple weeks, so I think a little warm up will do me well. We're gonna start with maybe some of the cabbages. Some of these cabbages, I'm gonna try to draw them with oil pastels and see how that goes. The cats have the zoomies right now, so they're running around everywhere. So we're gonna start with some of the cabbages and then move on into the bookmarks and then maybe finish off with the print, because I think that one will take the most time. I think I might even be able to make a print / postcard from my sketches. I would love to do something like this where I have like maybe like a bunch of cabbages and then have some illustrated text of the Cabbage Town, Toronto, and see where we go from there. That's why I think I want to do the sketches, maybe go into the bookmarks and then the print, because then by the time I get to the print I may have something to work with. But enough rambling, let's get into it. So I got my nails done for my sister's wedding and for vacation, and I haven't had long nails like this in a very, very long time. Especially, I don't think I've ever had long nails like this when using oil pastels. It's usually best to keep your nails quite short because oil pastel gets everywhere, so I'm a little nervous what my hands are gonna be like after the end of this. So fingers crossed we can draw okay. Okay, while we're drawing, I thought it would be a great time to catch you guys up on what I've been up to the past couple weeks. I went on vacation 2 weeks ago. Not just to take a vacation, but my sister was getting married. So I went on vacation and my sister got married, and it was a wonderful time. We went to the Dominican Republic. It was beautiful. There was so much sun. I spent so much time in the pool, and we did a couple of excursions like zip lining, and we went on this dune buggy excursion that was really fun. Overall, I had a wonderful time. And then my sister got married and I was her matron of honor. It was a beautiful day. It did rain a little bit on the wedding day, but honestly it was not even that much of a fuss, and then it immediately stopped. But for the most part, the only issue with the rain was for the guests, because they weren't covered, but the bride and groom were covered and the rest of the party were covered, so it didn't really bother us, but the guests had to sit through the ceremony with a little bit of rain. It went all very smoothly. So now my sister is married. We are back home and I jumped right back into work. The vacation gave me time to really reflect and think about my next steps with my business. And when I got back, I decided to bite the bullet and buy a silhouette, which you guys have seen. I did a little unboxing and a few test prints of stickers, and it went really well. I took this leap because I knew I was going to have a bunch of product making coming up. We're getting into market season, and just with my retail stores that I am a part of, I knew I had to streamline a little bit of my business, because unfortunately, as therapeutic as sticker cutting was by hand, it did take me a lot. It took a lot of my time, and I would be spending like a whole day cutting stickers where I could be doing other things that could help grow my business while I streamlined or just made the sticker making process a bit faster. So I got back, I decided I was going to get a silhouette. I got the Silhouette Cameo 5, which is amazing, by the way. The first sticker sheet I printed was a disaster. I don't even think I filmed or have any footage of that, but the mat was so sticky that I ruined all the backs of my stickers peeling them off because it was so stuck. And then after I finished scraping all of the sticker paper off the sheet, that's when it became less sticky. So the next one after that and after that went very smoothly, and now I can cut them no problem. But yeah, I got the Cameo 5 and it has been such a game changer, and I am almost regretting not getting one sooner, but I really think my humble hand cutting days really shaped who I was as a business owner. So we are now cutting our stickers with the Cameo 5. I absolutely love it. And I just, with this restock, made a bunch of stickers, as you'll see, and it just went so very smoothly and so fast that I am kicking myself a little bit for not doing it sooner. But it was costly. It was like over $560 Canadian to buy, so it did come with a price, but I felt very comfortable purchasing that now, like where I am with my business. So we did that. So that's a little bit of an update. I had mentioned I cleaned my studio. So before I left, my husband and I cleaned up our entire apartment, and I really focused on cleaning up this space because I knew when I got back, I wanted to be able to just jump back into work without having to think about cleaning this entire thing. So I cleaned that up and I did film it. So I will make sure to get that edited and out for you guys. Some other updates. So we're preparing for a restock and we're making some stickers and bookmarks, and I wanted to design some magnets. We didn't get to it, unfortunately, in this video, but I still want to make them, so maybe I'll make a whole separate video on that and figuring out how to make magnets, because I think that'll be interesting, and that's something I want to get into. I want to get into more what I like to call practical art. I feel like as a small business, you are always trying to evolve and see how you can grow. And something that I would love to get more into is practical art. So stepping outside of the stickers and art prints and things like that, which I still am making and want to make and continue to make. They're my best sellers. And greeting cards too, I guess maybe less so practical art, like greeting cards like someone can buy and actually use. So I kind of consider that practical art, but I want to expand more into making notepads or memos and calendars and things that can offer a bigger use than just to look at and be pretty, because that is amazing and I love to look at pretty things. I know many of you, I'm sure, like to do it as well, and home decor is very important, but I also want to expand on that and grow and create cute things that we can all use. So notebooks and calendars, like I said, I had dabbled with this idea of making a magnetic daily planner or a magnetic weekly planner that you can put on your fridge, because I do have the magnetic paper. I want to design like a little planner or calendar of sorts that I can then paste onto the magnet paper, laminate it with like a glossy surface, like a gloss laminate, and then you can use dry erase markers on it. And I think that is something that's so practical that I think a lot of people could get some nice use out of it. And then I get to illustrate for product design and things like that. So I'm not just drawing a pretty picture, but I'm figuring out how I can take my illustrations to the next level and design products around it. That is what I'm hoping that I will expand into and further grow, because I would love to get into some more manufacturing of that. I wanted to start small. So I'm thinking next I would love to design some notebooks and like note memo pads where I can print them out myself and glue them myself, make them at home and package them and see how well they sell, and then maybe further on down the line get them manufactured. I am also working on my website, and I've mentioned this a few times now. I have my website that I'm currently using I made back in college, so it's a little outdated for me. I feel like it doesn't suit my brand accurately, so I have been working on redesigning the Janine Payne Illustrations logo. I have been working on updating my website to be more e-commerce focused. Right now it is more portfolio focused, where I showcase all my work and then my shop is sort of secondary. I want that to be reversed. I want it to be largely e-commerce with then my vendor portfolio and my children's book portfolio and things like that. So that is getting changed. That's been in the works for a while. I work on it whenever I can, but it is a big rehaul, so it's been taking me quite a long time to do. And then my children's book is the other thing that I have sadly not touched in a couple weeks. Well, one, because I was on vacation, and then the week I got back, we're making some new products, but we are definitely gonna get back into that. And what else? I have applied to a few markets now. So the second half of this year should be market heavy. Yeah, I think that is all I really have to update you guys on right now. So yeah. Okay, so I just finished the cabbages. I really like them. I think the very first one that we drew might be the sticker / magnet because I love it. And now I think I was gonna go into the bookmarks and some other stickers, but I think I have an idea for the little postcard that I wanted to make for Cabbage Town. I'm just gonna make like a little cabbage patch. I think the browns and the greens will look really good on the postcard, and I think I might just do like 3 cabbages. Okay, well, I gave you a little update of what's been happening, but I have neglected to tell you what we're making. We are designing a couple stickers and a postcard and just some new products for the retail store that I am a part of here in Toronto. I'm a part of 2, but this one specifically is in a BIA of Toronto that is known as Cabbage Town. That's why we're drawing a bunch of cabbages. I wanted to make things for the locals and a little memento to Cabbage Town. I intend to turn these into a sticker and then later, not in this video, but later develop them into possibly magnets. I also am making a postcard. You can see I'm starting to sketch out some postcard ideas here that I later scrap, and I end up making a postcard out of some of the original cabbage drawings that I did. I designed the postcard with that, so I won't linger too much on this drawing, but I thought it'd be a good idea to just show you a little bit of the process. Sometimes I don't end up using all my sketches for product designs, which is okay because I'm just testing the water, see what works and what doesn't, then we move on. So I'm drawing a cabbage patch here. I still love it and I might maybe use it for something else. If not, I had a lot of fun drawing this cabbage patch. And then we go into some bookmarks and other stickers. I wanted to talk more about my product design pipeline, if you will. I always begin with a sketch before sitting down to make this video. I have a sketchbook, which I finally got a sketchbook, guys. I actually found it when I did my studio cleanup, and now I've been using it. I've been just sketching out loose ideas. I've been sketching out sticker ideas, card ideas, you name it. I've been brainstorming just new products in there. Whenever I have an idea, I always make sure to sketch it down in my sketchbook so I don't forget it. And that's what we're using for these sketches. So you saw earlier, I had my sketchbook open and I was referencing those sketches as I was drawing in oil pastel. So that is sort of where all product design starts, is with a thumbnail and a sketch. So it all starts there. That's usually step one, or like round zero. Step zero is just jotting down my ideas. And then I move on to drawing them in oil pastel, which I technically consider step one, even though I guess it could be step two. I will reference my sketchbook, or maybe I see something really cool on Pinterest and it sparks another thought, and then another idea comes to me or what have you, and then I put it in oil pastel. This is a really important step for me because I love illustrating in oil pastel. All of my products start traditionally. I will draw them in oil pastel or sketch them in my book and then draw them in oil pastel, what have you, but it all starts there on watercolor paper usually and oil pastels. To then I bring it into Photoshop, and if I am designing a product, I make sure to format it to that product. So a bookmark or an art print or a sticker, what have you, I make sure that I'm formatting it to that specific product, and whatever product that may be. So with my stickers now, it is a bit different of a process that I'm still getting used to, because I format them differently, because now I have to bring them into the Silhouette Studio and align them that way. So I will bring in my stickers to Silhouette Studio. First, I'll bring them into Photoshop. I'll color correct them. I'll remove the background. I'll fix them up if they need any attunement or additional help. And then I bring them now. This is where I used to align them in Photoshop, print them, and then cut them myself. But now I bring it into Silhouette Studio to use their print then cut feature. So I will bring it in, arrange them, print out the sheet with the registration marks. I will then laminate that sheet. I got a new matte laminate that I'm really excited. I think I later show you guys. I laminate them and then I put them into the Silhouette, and the Silhouette does all the work for me now. If I'm designing a bookmark, they start with a sketch in my sketchbook and then move onto a watercolor page, and I will design them there. With these bookmarks specifically, I did certain elements in oil pastel, but I designed the majority of them on my iPad actually. Sometimes I use Photoshop, sometimes I use Procreate, sometimes I use both. In this case, I brought them into Procreate and then I brought them into Photoshop so that I could align them to print, which you'll see that process in a bit. We're on stage one right now, which is just designing, and then we will move on to bringing them in digitally and then printing them, and I will talk more about that process when the time comes. Okay, so I ordered new laminate last week for my stickers. I was not liking the laminate that I was using, the matte laminate. It was a bit textured. I still like it, but I want to go back to like a very smooth matte. So I ordered some from Origard. Let's unbox it and see what it's like. I've heard this is a really good matte laminate, so fingers crossed it holds up to my expectations. So it is curled, but let's open it up and see if it's smooth. Moment of truth. Yes! I am so happy. Okay. This feels so nice. I wish I could show you the difference. So the laminate that I use currently, when I ordered it the first time last year, when I first released my stickers, I ordered this matte laminate and it was very smooth. It was very smooth and matte. I ordered the same roll again and it came slightly textured. I don't know if you can hear it or like see it. I still like it. It's just not exactly what I want for my sticker. Because I want it to be durable, but I want it to feel very smooth. This feels durable, and it is durable, but I want it to not feel durable and be durable. Does that make sense? I don't know, but I wanted to go back to that really smooth laminate, and so I did a little bit of research and I found Orgard laminating film 210. This is so smooth. I'm so happy I got this because so I printed off a couple sheets of stickers already for this restock, but I have a bunch more stickers that I need to cut out, and I think this laminate is gonna be perfect. So I'm really excited to use this. Let's continue on, shall we? I just went for a haircut. Now we're back and I am ready to keep drawing. So I finished a couple bookmarks. I am going to work on some stickers now. So I drew these before I left. So I'm going to go in with pastels with the worm. This one I think I might make a bookmark. And then we have these two, which I am gonna make into a fun sticker that says, actually, this is in fact my first rodeo. So that's where I am with the drawings. I am gonna go ahead and color these few off screen, and then I'll check back in with you once that is done. Yeah, I feel pretty good about it. So I am gonna go draw that, and I'll see you soon. So I thought I'd show you the final drawings for today. So we have our 3 cabbages here. This one is probably my favorite, and I really like the details on this one too. I decided to redraw the duck that I wanted for the bookmark because I really didn't like the first one. So we have silly little goose here. This sheet we have a little rodeo duck and a little bookworm. I didn't bother drawing this in. Maybe I will later if I really want to. Then we have our little cabbage patch. Finally, I finished off 2 more bookmarks here. So a lavender and bluebells. I think these 3, once I bring them into Photoshop and design a bookmark, they will look really good with the 3 tassels that I have. So this is the duck I was talking about. Didn't love the silly goose, so I decided to redraw it. And I also think I don't like the green background, so I'm gonna mess around with the background in Photoshop. We have that goose instead, but we got lots of drawing done today, which I'm pretty happy with. So I'm gonna scan these in and then we can get working on them in Photoshop. Good morning, y'all. It is the next day. We finished our drawings yesterday. I think I might do a little bit more drawing later if time allows. I didn't get a chance to make the Father's Day card that I wanted, which I'm hoping to have done for this restock. If not, I'll just book another restock time to drop those off. I think if I can get these scanned in and get some stuff printing, that I'll have time to work on the card. We'll see how it goes. But we're gonna get into the scanning and the printing, and I'll see you on the other end of that. So this is where I'm at with the sticker. I think I'm going to work with it a bit more and maybe we'll get something out of it, but I'm not going to focus too much more time on it just because I haven't even started to print the bookmarks yet. I have started printing out some extra cards that I needed to get printed. So all my cards are printed. I finished printing the stickers as well. I've got lots of stickers in there. A couple new ones too. These little corgis. bookmarks. The other thing that I have to do is print off the bookmarks, and so I really like this duck bookmark. And then we have the lavender bookmark. I really like this one. Just imagine they're gonna be rounded corners and with like a purple tassel. I'm still working on this one. I don't love it. This one I haven't really touched. It's just the raw drawing, and same with the blueberry. So I think the only one I'm super happy with right now are these lavenders. And this is probably what I should be focusing my time on because I really want to get these done, and this purple duck. But that's where I'm at. I'm gonna keep moving and keep grooving. Okay, I couldn't put it away until I was done. I think I'm finally happy with how this sticker is coming out. I'll show you the before and after. This is the before, and this is the after. Oh, he looks so stinking cute. Hey, so I just finished designing the postcard, and this is the front. I'm obsessed. And this is the back. I still have to add the little rectangle, but I think I'm gonna do that in Photoshop because I have to bring it in there anyway to add my logo. I'm gonna add it down here maybe. Something small, nothing too invasive. Yeah, that's where we're at. A lot of trial and error, but I think this is where we're landing. I want it to be fairly simple. I think I'm going to take this and bring down the opacity just a bit. Another design down. I'm gonna bring this in and get to printing. I think I'm going to align them on a page, print them off to size, and then to get the back of the postcard, I will print them when they're at 4x6. That way I think there won't be any alignment issues if I do it that way. Okay, so I just cut out the page of postcards, and oh my goodness, I cannot believe I got it on the first try. I'm patting myself so hard on the back right now because I didn't mess up the format to get the postcard to look like this. The only change I'm gonna make is I'm gonna remove this border from the back just because the alignment got a little funky, and I can't really control that with borderless printing, so I'm just gonna remove this darker outline altogether. I think it'll be fine. It'll just look something like this instead of this thick border. But I am so happy with how these came out. I love these little postcards. Ah! So I printed out another one that is borderless in the back, and it turned out so well. So here we have the front, and I took off the back border just because I couldn't get the alignment quite right, and it was sort of out of my control with borderless printing, so I just took that border off and it looks pretty solid. So I am very happy with how the postcard turned out. I don't know if I'll add my website because I have them all designed out now, so we'll see. So it is about 8 p.m. right now. I am actually just going to continue working because I feel pretty motivated to do some work. I'm not going to do anything too heavy. I decided to just put on a movie. I'm watching Thor right now because I want to make my way through the Marvel universe because those movies are my favorite. But I cut a bunch of these earlier today, so I'm just going to score these. Very low maintenance work. I am not going to package them just yet because I want to take some new product photos. I think I'll do that later this week. So I'm going to hopefully fold these up and get them ready to be packaged, but then take some photos maybe tomorrow or the next day. We'll see. I like the light in the morning when it shines through this window here, so maybe tomorrow morning I'll get some good sunlight and take some nice photos and set up like a little set. But like I said, it's 8 p.m. I was feeling pretty motivated to work, so I'm just gonna keep going. I'm gonna use that and like go with it. I have got my fairy lights on in the background, my candle warmer, giving my space a very cozy feel. I've got some tea, I've got vanilla chai, and yeah, I'm just gonna score some cards and watch a movie. Good morning. So it is the next day. I am about to continue working on these bookmarks. Last night we finished up folding these cards. I don't think we'll have to print any more cards. I just have to take pictures for product photos. I will do that in a bit. I want to work on the bookmarks on my iPad, but I just moved the Photoshop file over to Procreate just so I can mess around with it a bit more and do a little bit more doodling. I want to clean up these strawberries and make this look really cute. Maybe add like some cute little flowers all around it, but that's what we're gonna get into. My desk is already a disaster. Oh my goodness. Gotta keep going. I've gotta laminate these two now. This is the only hole punch I could find. I know I have a single one somewhere. I just really couldn't find it. I searched everywhere in the studio, so I'm not sure where it is, but I do have this. And the bookmarks are 2 inches wide, so I'm able to line this center one up perfectly with this 5. So if I put it between the 4 and the 6, it'll hole punch perfectly. Something like that. That's perfectly. That blueberry is maybe not in the best spot. I probably could have printed the bookmarks without that one. Blue matches perfectly. This is the blueberry. This is the strawberry. Now let's do a lavender one. Oh my goodness, I'm struggling. What is happening? There we go. That was literally harder than threading a needle. There is the purple one. Oh my goodness. These are perfect. I'm actually obsessed. It is Thursday. I am about to show you all of the products that I have made this week in a bit, but first, let's go get some breakfast. So I am taking product photos right now while the sun is shining through the window. I film on my phone, so I can't really film taking the product photos, but this is my setup right here. Just for the cards, there's no book obviously, but for the bookmarks now, I am using a book. Okay, I wanted to show you what we made together. Printer's cleaning right now, but I'm about to print off these rodeo stickers. I redesigned them a little bit since yesterday, and we're gonna print them out and see if that'll fix the like weird halo that's happening. With these, you can see that there's a weird halo around the cowboy hat for some reason that is not in the image at all. I'm not sure why my printer did that with these. I printed out two and they were the same thing. I printed out one and it had that weird halo effect. I cleaned the printer and tried it again and it still has it, but the more I look at it, I wanted to change the text and the little stars, so I ended up changing the design a little bit, and we're gonna see how that prints out. But right now my print head is cleaning because I've been doing so much printing. It's been through the ringer, but I thought I'd show you the products that we designed together. So here are some clips of where we started. These were the drawings that we started with, and now this is what we got from those drawings. I'll start off with the blueberry bookmark. I love it. I was able to print them double-sided and then you saw me laminate them and cut them. They are so smooth to touch. This matte laminate is chef's kiss. It is so nice. So we've got the blueberry and we've got the strawberry, same thing, so smooth with like the matching tassels. And then the lavender, again with the matching tassel. They are very thick. They are very smooth. They'll last for a while, especially because there's laminate on both sides of these. You could spill your tea, coffee, water, they'll last. I do have some other bookmark ideas, and the drawings that we did earlier, I think I'm still going to turn those into bookmarks as well, but these are the ones that I wanted to add to my shop restock, and then I'm also going to add these to my website, so they should be up there hopefully. And then if you remember, we drew a bunch of cabbages. I sketched a bunch of cabbages, I drew a bunch of cabbages, and then I also drew a cabbage patch that I didn't end up turning into the print like I said, but I did take the 3 cabbages and make a postcard, and that is these right here. So again, a little recap. Cabbagetown is a little area in Toronto. It's a BIA, and the Artesian Market, one of the stores that I'm a part of here in Toronto, is in Cabbagetown, and I wanted to make a little postcard for the locals and just for those visiting the area if they wanted a little memento. So we designed this postcard, and it has the back of a postcard, and then we have a matching sticker. These are the Cabbagetown stickers that I made, and the other stickers that I didn't design for this video but are fairly new are these little corgi butt stickers. And I cut out a bunch of other stickers that are already in my shop, but I'll show you a couple of the ones that I did print out. These ones are probably one of my bestseller stickers here in Toronto, is the pigeons. Pigeons are a huge thing here in the city. They are everywhere. They populate the streets of Toronto. I have a whole crew of them that live in my parking lot. We printed out these. These are also a pretty big seller of mine. I also have my little goldfish. Then I have a sunflower bouquet, and then I have this little duck. This guy is also really popular. This little silly goose. So that is all that I have, and plus I have a ton of cards going to the Artesian Market. So all of these products, and then hopefully these stickers, I'm gonna go ahead and see if they will print now. Fingers crossed that we don't get the little cowboy hat halo. I'm so excited for this restock at the Artesian Market. I have so many new products that I'm bringing, and I still have so many new products that I am in the midst of designing. Of course, I'm going to be designing a Father's Day card and some more baby cards, couple cards, a housewarming card, things like that. So I have a bunch of design that I want to make and some that are in the works. So let me know if you guys would like to see some more designing and how I make some of the products that are in my shop. But that's all I have for you this week. Those are the products that I made. I will bring you to the artesian market on Saturday, but that's it. That's all for now. Thank you so much for watching. Hopefully these stickers print out okay and you'll be able to see them in the next video. I was a little ambitious this week. I thought I would be able to get a lot more stuff done faster. I was thinking Monday, Tuesday would be the designing, and then Tuesday be printing, and then Wednesday if I had to assemble the packaging. It's now Thursday. I have all my products, but now I have to do the packaging and the SKU labels and that stuff. My time to restock is not until Saturday, so I do have a couple days, but I wanted to get to my children's book this week, and so on top of my product restocks and making the products and my other work, I didn't get a chance to do the children's book, but I think next week we'll be able to touch on it. I have a couple videos coming your way. I have my studio cleanup tour is the wrong word. I have my studio cleanup coming. I am still working on my website. That's taking up a lot of my time, just doing a whole like rehaul of website design for Janine Paint Illustrations and just updating my shop and making it fit my brand way better than what it does. I feel like it doesn't accurately represent my brand at the moment, but that's all I have for you this week. I love you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Bye for now.